Well guys, before we even get into today's video, I just want to show the Robinhood app some love, okay? Thank you, Robinhood app, for making the fact that we can make trades for free, okay? I do not personally use the Robinhood app, but guess what? I use Fidelity Investments. When I first started using Fidelity Investments, it was $20. $20 every time I bought or sold any stock in the stock market. It did not matter if it was 1 share, 100 shares, okay? $20. Then over the years, it dropped to $10. Robinhood app comes out, takes off. They go $0. And now Fidelity and pretty much all the guys out there are $0 to buy or sell a stock. And it's pretty much because of Robinhood. So Robinhood, even though I don't use your app, I just want to say thank you for what you did. And hey, you can make a little bit of money in that game, even if you provide free trades, I guess, because look at this, $8 billion valuation they're now talking about for Robinhood. So good for you guys. You've helped out the industry, let's put it that way, okay? Now, Robinhood has something really cool, and this is what we're going to get into in this video. And I might have a little warning to give you guys, okay? So basically, they show the 100 most popular stocks on the Robinhood app, okay? What I want to do in this video, I just want to look at the top 25. I want to look at the most popular of the most popular stocks on Robinhood, those top 25. I want to share those with you, but mainly I want to give my 2 cents on this. Are these stocks good or are these stocks bad? We know the Robinhood app is known for what? Millennial investors, right? Like the majority of people that use Robinhood are in that millennial group. It doesn't mean that's the only people that use Robinhood app, but that's the majority, okay? So I'm expecting some good stocks here. Like I'm technically a millennial, so my millennial generation, please don't let me down, guys. I want to see some dang good stocks. I'm expecting a lot from you guys. And you know what else I'm expecting to be great other than these 25 stocks? I'm expecting a great number of thumbs up. Like, what about 8 billion thumbs up for this video? Can we hit 8 billion thumbs up? I mean, Robinhood has an $8 billion valuation. 8 billion thumbs up. I think we can do it, guys, okay? All right, guys, let's start getting into these stocks, okay? So we start out not too bad here, okay? 25, 24, 23, 22, and 21, okay? First up, AMD, 25th most popular stock. Hey, I can understand it. Do I personally own AMD stock? I do not. But hey, AMD has been a turnaround story. It's been amazing what that CEO has done since I think she came in around 2015, 2016 time. And she has turned around that business in a massive way. And AMD is now an actual real competitor to a lot of these big dogs that have been, just owning them for such a long time. It's been amazing. I mean, literally absolutely amazing to see the turnaround that AMD has had. So, if folks want to own AMD stock, respect to you. I don't personally own it once again, but I can definitely understand if you own that one. It's an amazing story. The technology has completely changed at AMD over the past few years and respect, okay? 25, that's not a bad start, okay? 24, Twitter, okay? Twitter, okay, I'm not the biggest fan of this one. This isn't a horrible stock, but it's certainly not my favorite stock. I mean, it's a one-trick pony. They got the Twitter platform, and that's about it. Okay? And so I don't really like when you're a company that competes in the ad dollar space, and all you have is one service, which is Twitter, okay? So, it's okay. They've had their ups, they've had their downs, but we know, obviously, the president, man, he uses Twitter all the time, and that just gets a ton of traction because people are always looking at those tweets and things like that. And so, Twitter, it's certainly not my favorite stock. It's not a stock I would own, but hey, respect to you if you own it. I understand a lot of people love that platform, and therefore they want to own the stock. 23, Khronos Group, very, very speculative stock. And I mean incredibly speculative stock in Khronos Group, okay? That's one of those in the MJ space. And I'm amazed to see that speculative of a stock that high on the list, a 23rd most popular stock. I mean, think about the thousands of stocks in the stock market, and to see a stock like Khronos Group in the top 25, a very speculative stock, that's not so good. Okay, let's put it that way. Not saying Khronos can't make it ever or something like that, but that's very speculative stock to be in the top 25. Okay, Royal Caribbean. Okay, Royal Caribbean. They're obviously a cruise operator, and Royal Caribbean at 22. Obviously the cruise line space has been, devastated by Rona. We all know this. This is obvious, right? But at the end of the day, Royal Caribbean, I can understand if a lot of people have bought the stock over the past few months, seeing the stock price go down and down and down and down, and are willing to just take a risk and willing to say, Royal Caribbean probably going to come back. Maybe it's a year from now, maybe it's 2 years from now, maybe it's 3 years from now. Heck, maybe their business doesn't return to what it was maybe for 4 years from now. But the upside potential is potentially a double up of your money, if not a triple up of your money, especially if you're buying, a month ago, 2 months ago. And so I think a lot of people just looking at this one and they're like, I'll take a risk on that one. Respect, okay? Respect. I can understand that one, okay? 21 Tesla. Okay. I'm amazed it's 21. I thought it would be higher. I'll be completely honest. I thought Tesla would be higher on this list. You guys know I love Tesla. Oh man, I'm just smiling ear to ear to see, Tesla on this list, okay? That's all I got to say about that. I don't want to get into Tesla. You guys know I love that stock. I think that's my biggest money maker stock, honestly. Good for you guys. Own some dang Tesla, okay? Number 20, Uber stock. All right, so Uber stock, it obviously is getting devastated in terms of their rideshare business right now. This is something we know, okay? But we do know the rideshare business is going to come back at some point in time. We do know that, okay? Something else we know, Uber Eats business, incredible right now. This whole Rona situation has made food delivery services, go through the roof in terms of people using them in restaurants, fast food places. Everybody is on these now. Uber Eats is amazing. Their business is in a really strong place. You also have some, future businesses such as freight, obviously self-driving cars, taxi networks, autonomous taxi networks, things like that. Uber, I can definitely understand why this one is one of the more popular stocks out there in my personal opinion, okay? Canopy, number 19. Woo! So Canopy Growth, this is a company that has been burning money. And I mean burning money like it's nobody's business, okay? Well, heck, Uber kind of burns a lot of money too. But the thing with Canopy is there really is no sign of when it's going to end there with Canopy. And never mind that, they've had a lot of executive turnover in recent years. So if you're looking at Canopy, it's another one of those. It's very, very speculative. I can kind of understand that it's in the top 25, even though it's very speculative, just because Canopy is one of those stocks that a lot of people know. It's in the MJ space. It's potentially the biggest player there. And even though they're burning money left and right, a lot of people say they got big, backers to put more money in. Obviously, Constellation Brands has a deal with them. And so, at 19, I think it's too high. I think that's too speculative of a stock to be up there, but I can understand it because a lot of people love to play these stocks in the MJ space and are hoping that someday they can become the big stocks, okay? Inovio, coming in at number 18, a biopharmaceutical company. They're potentially working on some cool stuff, but man, a biopharma, I'm just telling you, those stocks can be scary. You can make a lot of money on those, but boy, you can get your money cut in half, cut by 60%, 70%, literally overnight. I can't tell you how many times I've seen one of these biopharmaceutical companies that has, something in the market and it's at such and such phase, and then all of a sudden, it fell through and the stock literally, and the next day, is cut by 50%, 60%, 70%. It happens in the biopharmaceutical space all the time. The good news is, sometimes it does work out. And so 18, it's a bit of a risky stock to be up there. United Airlines at number 17. So United Airlines is obviously an airlines company. And I can understand, this is kind of like a Royal Caribbean situation where the stock has been so beaten down over the past several months. I can understand people wanting to buy United Airlines, especially a lot of millennials. They're looking at it and they're like, man, United Airlines is going to get through this. And someday, the business is going to be very profitable again. They don't know when, a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 7 years from now, that'd be a really long time. But people are pretty confident United will get back to profitability and some level of nice profitability. So a lot of folks are saying, hey, let's go ahead and buy it. I can understand that one. Especially with the government funding there, okay? 16, Boeing. I can 100% understand this one. I think this is a decent one to be on this list. Obviously, a lot of people are looking for some big gains with some of these stocks. And Boeing, at the end of the day, they're going to likely make it through this. Their business is going to be a mess for another 1 to 2 years. You just have to accept that fact, okay, when it comes to Boeing stock. But are they going to make it through this Rona situation? Probably. Government's not going to let them fail. Plus, they got a lot of financing. They got a lot of loans, and I don't think anybody wants them to default on those loans. And Boeing's going to likely make it through this. Boeing will probably be a $200, $300 stock again in a few years. It's going to take a little while to get there, but at the end of the day, when you're picking these shares up for $100, $120 a share, $130 a share, and it can go to $200, $250, $300, let's say in 3 years from now, 5 years from now, a lot of people are looking at that as they're not going under. And I'm gonna make a double up on my money. And so respect, that's definitely one I can understand why it's on this list. Let's put it that way, okay? All right, guys, now, holy smokers, okay? This ain't no jokers. Now let's get into some more of these, okay? So it's getting a little crazier. So now as we move throughout this list, I have higher and higher expectations. I'm expecting some really great stocks from here on out. We're talking about top 15 now. 15 Snap. You know, this one I kind of put in that Twitter category, not a stock I would own. It's a one-trick pony. They got their one service. I'm not a fan of it, honestly. I'm not a fan. I wouldn't personally own it, but you know, I can't say it's a bad stock. I can't put it into that category. So, you know, if you want to own Snap, okay? 14, Plug Power, very speculative stock. This is, you know, when you're talking about these, you're getting up here in the list, these should be really great companies, super profitable, beast companies, okay? And a Plug Power, 14, most popular stock on the Robinhood app. I just think that is way too aggressive. I'll be honest. I just think that's way too spec, okay? Number 13, Norwegian Cruise Lines. You know, NCL, I believe, is their ticker symbol. So Norwegian Cruise Lines is kind of in that Royal Caribbean / Carnival Cruise Line space. Obviously, you know, cruise liners, I can understand, you know, the stocks dropped massively over the past several months. And I can understand why it's a popular stock. And a lot of people want to pick it up and saying, hey, man, I'll double, triple up my money as long as they make it through this. But there is a risk with Norwegian Cruise Line, something to keep in mind. They are the smallest player in the cruise line space, okay? So if somebody was to go under in this whole scenario, I'm not saying they're gonna, but if there was to be somebody in the cruise line space that was to go under, it would probably be Norwegian Cruise Lines before Carnival and before, honestly, a Royal Caribbean, okay? So that's just a risk out there, but hey, I can understand why a lot of people want to own that one. Bank of America, number 12. You know, Bank of America, I mean, it's a huge bank. I'm surprised that so many millennials want to own Bank of America stock, I'll be honest. So, you know, I can't say it's a bad stock. I mean, it's government backed pretty much. I mean, that's all the US banks now. You might as well call them the government banks, okay? That goes for JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Bank of America. They're all pretty much government backed now. The Fed controls these guys, although they're public companies and they're supposed to be, you know, they're doing their own thing. They're pretty much government controlled at the end of the day for the most part. And so Bank of America, I'm surprised it's on here, okay? But at the same time, I can't say it's a bad stock. It's a massive bank, okay? 11, Fitbit? Okay, no, okay? Why is Fitbit even still up there? Google's supposed to be buying them. And by the way, that was a bailout deal for Fitbit. Who knows where Fitbit would be today if Google didn't bail them out, okay? All right, guys, top 10. We need to see some great companies, and it's starting out good. Number 10, Apple stock. Happy to see Apple stock on there. You know, I'm not personally a buyer of Apple stock here in the 300s, but hey, man, at the end of the day, it's Apple. They got a beautiful business model. People, they get an iPhone, they get another iPhone, then they get another iPhone. They just keep getting, you know, Apple products. They got the ecosystem, they have services. It's Apple, man. It's a beautiful business model. The best balance sheet arguably in the world, cash to the sky. Dividends will increase and increase over time. So like I said, I'm not personally a buyer of this, but hey, respect to a lot of you guys that own that stock. You know, great job with that one, okay? Mr. Softy, number 9, not another stock I don't personally own, but hey, that's a really good stock. Let's be honest. It's Mr. Softy, Microsoft. You know, I'm impressed, okay? I'm impressed. Now you guys are talking, okay? Then we get to Carnival Cruise Line, and it's like, okay, you know, this is the same deal with the Norwegian Cruise Line and the Royal Caribbean. Hey, it's dropped a ton, and I can definitely understand why it's become a popular stock. A lot of people looking at this one, they're saying, hey, I'm going to go ahead and I have a potential to maybe, you know, double up my money, triple up my money over the next 3-5 years as long as they make it through this. And so respect, if you bought Carnival Cruise Line at $8, $9, $10, $12, $14, like respect to you, because as long as they make it through this, you know, over the next 3-5 years, you're probably going to make some pretty good money on your money, okay? Then we get to 7, and I kind of am let down. GoPro. Come on, guys. GoPro, you know, this one had potential back in 2016, 2017, when they were going to have some exciting cameras coming out, and a stabilizer device, and a drone, and the entertainment side of their business. They had a lot going for them and a really good balance sheet back then. Since then, GoPro's just disintegrated. And to, you know, have this one be the 7th most popular stock is a little shocking to me. So yeah, in terms of GoPro, my goodness, guys, come on now, okay? I'm just disappointed in that one. Aurora is number 6, guys. Aurora, come on, okay? Oh my goodness. I mean, this stock, I think they just did a huge reverse split. You know, this is a messy situation there at Aurora. You know, I hope they make it through, and especially the fact that that's the 6th most popular stock for the Robinhood app. So it means a massive quantity of millennials own Aurora. I hope they make it through this whole mess, but man, That is an insanely risky stock to be the sixth most popular stock. Once again, I hope they make it, but goodness, guys, that is dangerous, okay? All right, time for the top five. I'm expecting a lot, okay? Delta Airlines, fifth most popular stock. Well, okay, it's like the other airlines. I can understand why people have bought this one. It's down massively. People are assuming they can double or triple up their money over the next 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. And so I can understand it's a popular stock, but that fifth most popular? And then you have American Airlines, number four. Number four for American Airlines. I look at that one and I'm like, hey, yeah, maybe they can turn around and maybe over time they're going to get back to nice profitability and everybody's going to start flying again. But it's going to be a while, and for that to be the fourth most popular stock, that's, I'm not so sure about that, okay? I'm not going to say it's not a buy, but to be the fourth most popular stock in the whole stock market, that's crazy. Disney comes in at number three. I can, respect. I can understand Disney. Disney's in a tough place right now, by the way. Sports are shut down right now, right? ESPN, massive segment for Disney. Bob Iger, the CEO, just takes off one day. Literally, no one had any clue. And then he's just like, no, I'm out. That's nuts in itself, right? You have the theme park business that's pretty much shut down, and who knows how that's going to open back up. And so Disney's in a really tough, place right now. Let's put it that way. But on the flip side, it's Disney. The amount of great brands they own, it's Disney, okay? So I can understand why it's one of the more popular stocks, but believe me, that company's in a tough place right now, okay? GE, the second most popular stock on the Robinhood app, that one is troubling, okay? GE has had a ton of issues way before Rona. Let's be very clear about that. GE's had a lot of issues over the past pretty much 5 years plus, okay? A lot of drama, a lot of trouble with their business, a lot of trouble with their balance sheet, dividend cut. I mean, it's been a mess. And so, for GE to be the second most popular stock on the Robinhood app, I'm looking and I'm like, I don't see it in GE, okay? I can understand some of these people wanting to get in some of the cruise lines and some of the airlines and playing those as potential turnarounds over the next, let's say, 5 years. GE, I'm not even so sure about that one. I'll be completely honest, okay? And so with that being said, we're now getting into the most popular stock on the Robinhood app. Now, the most popular stock, this has to be an amazing stock, okay? This has got to be, if this is a bad stock, I might lose it, okay? And just there's so many stocks I'm going to talk about in a moment that aren't on this list that I'm a little shocked, okay? What is it? Ford? Ford stock is the number one stock on the Robinhood app? No way. No way. No. No way, guys. Quit playing with me. This must be a typo. The number one most popular stock on the entire Robinhood app is Ford? Ford? Oh my gosh, my millennials, what are we doing? No, the baby boomers were right. We are clueless. Oh my gosh, no. Oh, it hurts my feelings. It hurts my feelings so much. Oh, somebody pinch me. It's Ford. It's the number one stock in all the stocks in the stock market to pick from, and this is the numero uno. No way, guys. No way. Oh my gosh, this can't be real. Ford? All the stocks? Ford? My goodness, guys, okay? Like, come on. The FB's not on this list. Nowhere in the top 25 is the FB. Do people not like easy money? All these millennials spend their whole life on IG. Do they not know the FB owns IG? Do these people not know what is the best place to market in the entire world by far and away? It is through FB and IG. They own both the most monetizable platforms in the entire world, and no one wants to own the easiest money stock in the stock market? Okay, that doesn't make much sense, but whatever you guys want to do, by the way, follow me on IG if you haven't. Whatever you want to do. No one wants to own YouTube? Are you kidding me? No one wants to own Google Search, the biggest search provider in the world? No one wants to own all the other amazing businesses that Google has? How this one's not even close to being in the top 25. Seriously, what the heck? Millennials spend half their life on YouTube. And you're going to tell me no one wants to own Google? That's amazing, okay? Listen, guys, let me be very clear about this. if you have a business, small business, mid-sized business, big business, here's the places you advertise before you advertise anywhere else, okay? The FB, IG, Google McDougal, and YouTube, okay? That is where you run ads, okay? That is where you run ads. Everything else is secondary. Television, print ads, radio ads, all that stuff, that's things of the past. Let's put it that way. You're just wasting money. You're not getting nearly as much bang for your buck. Ask any marketing expert in the world, and they will 100% tell you that. So the fact that no one wants to own two of the easier money stocks, if not the easiest money stocks in the stock market, it's ridiculous, okay? ATVI was nowhere near the top 25. I'm like, how? They're the biggest video game provider out there, not just mobile games, but console games. They got the hottest game in the market right now by far and away, right? I mean, it's incredible. No one wants to own ATVI stock. I'm like, I'm assuming, with all these millennials, I assume a lot of them play video games, and yet no one wants to own, the biggest video game provider out there. Netflix? Hey, I've never been a fan of Netflix valuation, but the fact is there's a ton of very speculative stocks or overvalued stocks that were on that list we just went through. So if you're going to own a speculative stock, or, which Netflix is not speculative, but it's more like overvalued, right? If you want to own an overvalued stock, own Netflix, man. Like literally, if you want to go that route, own the Netflix. Like, how is that one not on the list? This is just something that simply amazes me. Like this is the life of a millennial, okay? If you are a millennial, this is what you do every day of your life. You go watch Netflix, and you go on IG, and you go on YouTube, you play some ATVI games, you go talk stocks on Jeremy's Discord in the private group, okay? You go eat some Chipotle, you go back to sleep, and you repeat that. And that's daily life of a millennial. You do nothing else in that. Nothing. I mean, absolutely zero other things than those things I just put up there right now. And you're going to tell me, and Chipotle? How is Chipotle not up there? Didn't Chipotle just hit $1,000 or something? Like, my goodness, all these millennials eating Chipotle 24/7, and yet none of them want to own Chipotle stock? I'm just like, what? What the heck is going on, okay? Let me grade this for you guys, okay? The Robinhood app, top 25 stocks, I would give it a grade of 5 out of 10, okay? Which is like kind of in the middle. It's like not that good, but not that bad. The verdict here, there was a few good stocks on there. There were several good stocks on there. There's a lot of stocks that I was like proud of. My millennial investors. Good job, guys. There's definitely a few good stocks we read on that list. But honestly, at the end of the day, there was far too many speculative stocks. Way too many speculative stocks. I mean, when you're talking about some of the most popular stocks, they should be some great companies with, tons of profitability, moats around the businesses that just aren't going to get taken out or something like that. And what I ended up seeing was so many speculative stocks, like literally probably half the stocks on that list, right? Were very, very speculative. Probably half the stocks, if not more than half the stocks on that list, lose money, okay? And there's nothing wrong with owning one money-losing company or maybe two money-losing companies, but to have half that list or whatever it was we just went through, companies that lose money, that's just way too speculative, okay? And there was not enough easy money stocks. The fact that an FB wasn't on there, a Google McDougal wasn't on there, those sorts of stocks, it's just like, really? I guess you guys don't like easy money, okay? I mean, those are the type of stocks you can build a portfolio around. You build a really big position in some of those really great companies, and then you slowly add a little more speculative as you go around, and the positions get smaller and smaller. But to not have some of those big guys on there, it's amazing, guys. So that top 25 list definitely needs some work over the coming years. Okay. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, don't forget to smash thumbs up, and huge deal coming Memorial Day for the private group. If you want to get on the waiting list for that, go ahead and check out the link in the description. That's to get in the private Discord chat, as well as have hundreds of videos in the curriculum teach you exactly what to look for in stocks, as well as building a portfolio. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.